You know, it's really pretty amazing to see how much the internet is changing things in Ghana.
Yeah.
Like, it's opening up so many new ways for people to make money, especially as more people are getting online and learning new tech skills.
Right. It's like a whole new world opening up. And it's
Yeah.
interesting to see how people are trying to figure out how to actually, make money online.
Well, and that's exactly why we're doing this step dive today.
Yeah.
Because you, the listener, are probably wondering the same thing. Like, what are the legitimate ways to make money online here in Ghana? So we've been digging through some really interesting stuff, articles from Sagapol, info about the Afrix referral program, this really interesting Reddit thread where people were talking about this,
Oh, cool.
and then also some tips from Ghanaian YouTubers who are actually doing this themselves.
Okay. Nice.
So basically what we want to do is cut through all the noise and give you a clear picture of what your options are, what the real potential is, and how to get started without getting totally overwhelmed.
Awesome. Sounds good.
Okay, so let's start with something that comes up a lot. And it's a pretty simple way to ease into this whole online earning thing. Online surveys.
Okay.
So it's basically just sharing your opinions about different products and services, things you use every day, and you can actually get paid for it.
Yeah. And the great thing about online surveys is you can do it from home whenever you have some free time.
Exactly. It's super flexible. And there are platforms like Sagapol that make it really easy.
Okay.
So with Sagapol, you just download their app, create a free account. They just ask for some basic info, your name, email address, that kind of thing. And then you fill out your profile so they can send you surveys that match your interests.
That makes sense.
And each time you complete a survey, you earn points.
And I'm assuming you get more points for longer or more complex surveys.
Exactly. It depends on how much time and effort each survey takes. But they also have this cool thing where if you refer a friend, you get extra points if they sign up.
Oh, that's clever.
And then once you rack up 5,000 points, you can cash them out, either for actual cash or even mobile airtime credits, whichever you prefer.
So basically, it's like getting paid to share your thoughts.
Yeah, pretty much. And Sagapol says it usually takes about a week to get your payment once you've given them your bank details.
Not bad. That's a pretty quick turnaround.
Right. So to make the most of surveys, you got to be active, like check the app regularly for new surveys. Sagapol even has this feature where you can scan barcodes of products.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and you get badges and unlock even more surveys. It's like a little game, keeps things interesting.
Okay.
And they also say you should follow them on social media because sometimes they post extra rewards there.
Oh, so you got to be in the loop.
Yeah, it pays to stay connected.
So besides Sagapol, are there any other survey platforms in Ghana worth checking out?
Definitely. We came across Triaba Ghana, and they say you can earn anywhere from 13 cents to a little over $2 per survey.
Okay, not bad.
Yeah, and they give you different ways to get your money, like mobile money vouchers for MTN, AT, Vodafone, or Glow.
Oh, so you have options.
Exactly. You can choose what works best for you. Now, one thing we noticed, especially when we looked at the Reddit thread, was that online surveys are a really popular suggestion for people just starting out.
Yeah, it makes sense, right? It's a pretty low barrier to entry.
Exactly. Like, we saw this one person asking about legitimate ways to make money online without getting scammed, and a lot of people were suggesting surveys.
Makes sense. It's a good starting point.
And then the Ghanaian YouTubers we watched, they kind of echoed that sentiment. They were saying that, yeah, surveys might not make you rich, but they can help you get over that initial hurdle of thinking, can I really make money online?
Right. It's about proving it to yourself.
Yeah, it's like a little psychological win.
Yeah, that can be really important.
For sure. But, and this is a really important point, Sagapol themselves warn about scammy survey websites.
Oh, yeah. There are definitely some shady ones out there.
Definitely. They say, do your research, check reviews, make sure their privacy policy is clear. And if a site asks for upfront payment or tons of personal information, that's a big red flag.
That's good advice.
Yeah, like legitimate platforms like Sagapol, they don't charge any registration fees, and they're really upfront about how they protect your data.
Right.
They even mention being GDPR compliant, which is like the gold standard for data protection.
Okay, so basically, if something sounds too good to be true, it probably is.
Exactly. So moving on from surveys, let's talk about freelancing.
Okay, yeah. Freelancing seems to be getting really popular.
Yeah, it gives you a lot more control over the type of work you do, who you work for, and how much you earn. It's basically using your skills to offer services to clients.
Right, like becoming your own boss.
Exactly. And there are platforms like 15 Ghana where you can create a profile, list your skills, and connect with clients who need those services.
Oh, cool.
And there are some really popular freelancing niches. Writing, for example, is huge. You could be writing articles, blog posts, even technical documents.
That's interesting.
And Sagapol had some good advice for freelancers, like building a strong portfolio to show off your best work, getting positive feedback from clients, and always learning new skills and staying up to date on trends.
Yeah, that makes sense. You got to keep improving.
Absolutely. Then there's online courses and tutorials.
Well, yeah, like if you're good at something, you can teach others.
Exactly. If you have expertise in a particular subject, you can create and sell online courses. You can set up a profile on a learning platform, design your course, set your price, and then use social media to promote it.
So it's like creating your own little online school.
Pretty much. Then we have design. That's a huge one. Businesses always need logos, banners, business cards, all that visual stuff.
Yeah, design is essential for any brand.
Absolutely. And again, having a good portfolio is super important. Plus, you got to stay on top of the latest design trends and software.
So you got to be constantly learning.
Oh, yeah, for sure. And then there's web development and programming.
With everyone going online, web developers are in high demand, right?
Huge demand. Businesses need websites and apps, and good developers can really make a difference. Staying current with the latest coding languages is key.
It's a fast-moving field.
Definitely. But what about those people who feel like they don't have any advanced skills?
Right, like where do they fit in?
Well, the YouTube videos we watched had some good suggestions for that. They were saying that even simple tasks like removing backgrounds from images or doing basic editing can be a good way to get started.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and one of the YouTubers talked about the importance of selling yourself, like being confident in your skills and promoting them on platforms like Upwork and Fiverr.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, because on those platforms, you set your own prices. So even if you're just doing small tasks, you can still make money.
Right, so there's really something for everyone.
Exactly. Okay, let's shift gears and talk about blogging.
Okay.
So if you enjoy writing and sharing information about things you're passionate about, blogging could be a good fit for you.
Yeah, blogs are a great way to connect with people who share your interests.
Definitely. And a blog can actually be a source of income.
How does that work?
Well, there are different ways to monetize a blog depending on your niche, your resources, your approach. But basically, you're creating content that attracts an audience, and then you can earn money through things like advertising, sponsored posts, even selling your own products or services.
So you're building a brand around your blog.
Exactly. And the Sagapol article emphasized the importance of choosing the right niche, something you're genuinely interested in and that you think other people will be interested in too.
Makes sense. You got to be passionate about it.
Yeah, you got to love what you're writing about. And you also need to plan your content, figure out who your target audience is, and be consistent.
So it's not just about writing whatever comes to mind.
No, it takes some strategy. But they also said that with the right approach, a blog can actually become a sustainable online business, giving you a lot of freedom and flexibility.
Oh, that would be amazing.
Right. And we even saw a mention of blogging as a way to make money in Ghana, in that Reddit thread we were talking about.
Oh, so it's definitely on people's minds.
Yeah, for sure. Okay. Another really exciting area that's been gaining a lot of traction is becoming a digital influencer.
Oh, yeah. Everyone wants to be an influencer these days.
It seems like it, right? But seriously, it's a real thing and people are making money from it. It's all about using social media platforms like Instagram, TikTok, YouTube to build a following and then monetize that audience.
Okay, so how do you actually make money as an influencer?
Well, there are a few common ways, like sponsored posts, where brands pay you to promote their products or services.
Oh, I've seen those.
Yeah, they're everywhere. You can also run ads on your content or even create and sell your own merchandise.
So you're basically leveraging your influence to make money.
Exactly. But the Sagapol article made a really important point about maintaining authenticity.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, they were saying that it's important to also share non-sponsored content, things you genuinely care about, so your audience knows you're not just in it for the money.
Right, because people can spot a fake from a mile away.
Exactly. It's about finding that balance between paid promotions and genuine content.
Makes sense.
So, becoming a successful influencer, it takes work, Dedication, you got to be creative, organized. You need to focus on your area of expertise, create high-quality content, engage with your audience, and be professional.
It's not as easy as it looks, huh?
No, definitely not. But if you have passion and you're willing to put in the effort, it can be a really rewarding path.
Okay, that's good to know.
Now, let's zoom in on one specific platform with a lot of earning potential, YouTube.
YouTube, yeah, everyone's watching videos these days.
It's true. And starting a YouTube channel can be a great way to make money. You're sharing videos, reaching a huge audience, and there are tons of ways to monetize.
Okay, so what's the first step?
Just like with blogging or becoming an influencer, you need to figure out your niche, what kind of videos you're going to make. It could be anything, comedy, education, gaming, lifestyle, whatever you're into and what you think people want to watch.
You got to find your audience.
Definitely. And Sagapol even suggested finding a niche that's not too crowded so you don't have as much competition starting out.
Oh, that's a good tip.
Yeah, it's about being strategic. But they also made a really important point about the effort involved.
Okay, what's that?
Creating quality YouTube videos takes time and resources. It's not like just posting a quick update on social media. They recommend planning your videos, even scripting them out in advance to make sure they're engaging and provide value to the viewer.
So it's not just about turning on the camera and winging it.
No, definitely not. And one of the Ghanaian YouTubers we watched, Alfred Mekansa, he talked about how a lot of people jump into YouTube without realizing how much time and effort it takes to build an audience.
Yeah, that makes sense.
He was saying that the successful YouTubers, they've often been at it for years, honing their craft.
Wow, so it takes dedication.
Definitely. So while you can make good money on YouTube through ads, sponsorships, and other things, it's not an overnight success kind of thing. It takes passion and consistency.
Right, it's a marathon, not a sprint.
Exactly. Okay, let's switch gears again and talk about referral programs.
Okay.
So referral programs are another way to make money online, and we have a specific example we can look at, the Afriex mobile money transfer app.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, they have a referral program where you basically invite people you know to use their service.
Okay, so how does that work?
You share your referral link or username with friends and family, and if at least 3 of them sign up, verify their account, and send a minimum of $50 or the equivalent in other currencies like Canadian dollars, British pounds, or euros, you get a bonus of 100 Ghanaian cedis.
Wow.
And your friends get a bonus too, 5 GHS, and a special exchange rate on their first transfer. Plus, Afriex sometimes offers bigger bonuses for referrals involving those other currencies.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, there are a few conditions, though. Your friends need to sign up and make that first transfer within 30 days of receiving your invite.
Okay, that's fair.
And the processing time for the bonus is pretty quick. They say you usually get your 100 GHS within 48 hours, but it could take up to 5 business days. Your friends get their 5 GHS within 7 business days, but they have to transfer at least 150 USD or equivalent to qualify.
That makes sense.
So what's great about referral programs like this is that everyone benefits, both you and your friends.
Yeah, it's a win-win.
Exactly. And Afriex says you can invite as many people as you want, so there's no limit to how much you can potentially earn.
That's awesome.
And sharing your referral link is super easy. You can do it right from the Afriex app, go to the wallet section, tap on your profile icon, and select Invite Friends. You can share it through messaging apps, email, social media, or just copy the link and send it directly.
So they made it really easy.
Yeah, super straightforward. So, as we've gone through all these different ways to make money online in Ghana,
That's a lot to take in.
it is, right?
Yeah.
But there are some really important themes that have come up again and again.
Okay, like what?
Well, first of all, it's clear that making money online in Ghana is becoming more and more accessible.
Yeah, definitely.
The internet is reaching more people are getting tech savvy, and there are so many options now to achieve financial independence, pursue your passions, connect with the global marketplace.
It's exciting, right?
It is. And Alfred Nkensa, that YouTuber we mentioned, he made a really interesting point. He said success online comes down to either providing value or taking risks.
That's a good way to put it.
Yeah, like if you're just starting out and want a reliable income, focus on providing value, like offering services or creating content.
So basically, find something you're good at and offer it to the world.
Exactly. And Dr. Sandra, another YouTuber we mentioned, she had some great advice for beginners. She said, start with something simple and low pressure, like surveys, just to get a feel for it.
Oh, yeah. Start small.
And as you gain confidence and skills, you can move on to more challenging things like freelancing or teaching online.
So it's a gradual process.
Yeah, you don't have to do everything at once. And both Alfred and Dr. Sandra emphasize the importance of hard work, continuous learning, and patience.
Right. It's not a get-rich-quick scheme.
Definitely not. And that Reddit thread we were talking about, it was really interesting to see how many people were looking for legitimate ways to make money online without getting scammed.
Makes sense. People want to do things the right way.
Exactly. And it's encouraging to know that you don't need to be an expert to get started. Sagapol specifically mentioned that they have options for people with different levels of experience.
So there's really something for everyone.
Yeah, and they also stress the importance of research, finding something that aligns with your skills and interests.
So you got to do your homework.
For sure. And another important thing, you can do a lot of this stuff right from your phone.
Oh, that's convenient.
Super convenient. Sagapol said surveys are a prime example, but you can also do things like manage your social media, create content for YouTube, all from your phone.
Wow, so you don't need fancy equipment.
Not necessarily. But Alfred and Kansa warned against those get-rich-quick schemes.
Oh yeah, those are everywhere.
Right. He said stay away from things that promise easy money, especially those high-yield investment programs that often disappear overnight.
So basically, if it sounds too good to be true, it probably is.
Exactly. Focus on providing real value. And Dr. Sandra had a great tip about leveraging free resources.
Okay, like what?
She said, use YouTube and Google to learn new skills, things like video editing, graphic design, whatever you need to boost your online earning potential.
Oh yeah, there are tons of free resources out there.
Tons. And she also made a great point about being intentional with your time. Like instead of just scrolling through social media, spend some time learning something that can help you make money.
Yeah, make your time work for you.
Exactly. So the bottom line is there are so many legitimate ways to earn money online in Ghana.
It's really amazing.
Whether you want to do surveys, freelance, start a blog or YouTube channel, leverage referral programs, the opportunities are out there.
So what's the next step?
Well, the next step is to actually take action.
Right, got to get started.
Pick something you're interested in, do your research, and start taking those first steps. And remember, consistency is key, and always keep learning.
So don't be afraid to jump in and give it a try.
Exactly. And here's a final thought for you, the listener, to chew on. Think about all the things we talked about today, all the different ways to make money online. Which of your skills or interests could you start monetizing today?
Yeah, what are you good at?
And what's one small action you can take this week to start exploring that possibility? Maybe revisit some of those resources we mentioned. They have even more in-depth information.
Yeah, go deeper.
Exactly. So get out there, explore your options, and start building your online income.
Awesome, let's do this.
That's it for our deep dive today. Thanks for joining us.
See you next time.
See you next time.